Welcome back to my channel. This is Betty, as you all probably know, owner and creator of Betty's Custom Design here on YouTube, Etsy, Facebook, and Instagram. So in the last two videos, we have been working on this little mini journal that we made using 3 envelopes. And so what we done in the previous videos is we put the envelopes together, we got them covered up, and so I said that I would bring you back when I finish the journal, but it's for the most part, it will be finished today. But I do have a bunch of stuff ordered for my Etsy store that is a ton of Christmas stuff, different stickers and that kind of stuff. So I am probably not going to do much decorating, if any, today, because I want to use some of that stuff when it comes in. So the one thing we need to do is put our little circle here, which I'm worried about this ribbon. I should have used something thinner. I don't know how it's going to do. I know that on the other one, it doesn't really want to wrap very well. If it doesn't, we'll figure something out at some point. I'm not stressing over it. So what we have is we have our little envelope here. When you open it, we will go ahead and put like a pocket on here or something. Then you have this storage area on the inside here. I created a little tuck here. And then this closes. And then you open it up. And this is what we're going to do today. But you have another envelope here that you can store stuff in. Then this envelope opens up. And you can put stuff in there. And then we have created a little tuck here. Now, normally what I do is I do a little pull right here so that we can actually use this envelope. But when I put this on, I think it was this one. No, it's the other one. It's this one here. When I put this one on, I kind of got that in the way. So I'm thinking I can do a little tiny bit of a pull so that we can still use that. And we'll explore that and see what we can do. So what we want to do today is I want to put maybe like a pocket here. I want to put some sort of a pocket here. Or we could even do, I just don't want to get it too thick, but we could even do like a flip down, like a little booklet flip down. So we've got the pocket that we're going to do there. We've got one we're going to do here. We've got this. And we've already got the back side done. So now what I've done on my pages, I did go ahead and just pull those before I started. And I am back. Y'all will not have even realized I was gone, but you know, a second, but it's been like 2 hours. I don't even know what I was doing. My mother called. I had to go pick up some medicine for my second son. Actually, it was the COVID test that one of his friends tested positive. So trying to get him a test. Nowhere in town seemed to have the Binax. Nobody had any kind of appointments available. So I found it over in the college area. I found a test. Had to go through all kinds of crazy areas of town to get to it. Got over there, got the test. Headed back, and a young college girl sideswiped me. Yes, so that's been my day. Now, I do believe we were about to sew this signature in. Actually, before I do that, what I want to do, because I want to make sure that this spine is reinforced, I am going to move that out of the way because I did not move it out of the way on the last one that I did and kind of tried to poke a hole through it. So, yeah. But I would not use that silk or satin ribbon again because it just, it's too thick for this and it doesn't want to go around the little circle that we're going to put on here. So I would definitely not suggest not using something like this. Some sari silk would be really good. because it's nice and thin. So I'm just making sure that's glued down there. I'm just going to get my pinking shears, and I can trim all of that off in a little bit. Now, normally when I do like my actual envelope journals, I have like a little template that I'll go through and I'll poke my holes on. I'm not going to do that with this. It's not necessary. So, hang on one second. My husband is worried about me since I was in an accident. But I'm okay. My car might not be. But, you know, the thing is, all of that stuff can be replaced and fixed. And I'm okay, and the young girl is okay. And all right. So I've got that, and normally I would let that dry a little better, but I'm not going to stress over that right now. So I have cut my papers for this particular journal. They are, when you open them up like this, they are 8 inches wide by 6 inches tall. And that seemed to be just about perfect to fit in there. So I like that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the, and I have a cardstock as my middle piece, and that's simply because there's going to be some pressure on there, and then I have cardstock as the cover too. So I'm just going to take that middle piece for right this minute, and I am going to find my crocodile. I have a smaller one. I don't know what I've done with it because I rarely use it, so we're just going to go with this one. I am just going to, and it's probably going to be a little difficult with me trying to do it on the wet glue, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just lining up where I want my signature to be, and then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to poke 3 holes, and I'm going to try my hardest not to poke that fabric like I did the last time, because it really weakens the fabric when you do. So I'm just going to get, that was difficult because it's still wet. Now right here is where I really need to be careful, and I'm just making sure that's out of the way. And I'm just eyeballing about middle ways or so. It doesn't have to be exact. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I almost poked that. Look at that. Wow, that was close, guys. Or I might have poked it. I don't know. All right, so we will need that one more time. And so now that I have, and that's the reason I've done the one for the middle, is because I'm going to use that to go ahead and just cut the other holes, punch the other holes in. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I would not recommend using your punch on wet glue. I just know that if I'm going to finish this tonight, I needed to go ahead and get it done. So, all right, now I just got my holes poked in there. And so now it's just simply sewing it in, and I've already got my thread out and threaded in the needle. And I probably should have looked to see which way I wanted it up before I went and done the holes. I must have done it right. Is that right? Yeah, okay. All right, so now I'm just going to go in. I go in through the middle, and then I leave a little tail. Now I gotta come up through here. I come out through the top. And I'm sorry if I seem very chaotic right this minute. That just kind of, when something like that happens, it just kind of gets you a little worked up a little bit, but it'll be all right. It could have been worse. Nobody was hurt other than my poor little car and her little car. that everybody is well. So that's all that really matters. But it still just kind of messes with you. I think it's just like the adrenaline from it. And then, you know, once you get home and get to thinking about it, it's like the adrenaline's gone. And then it's like, Alright, so apparently I did poke a hole through that. But it's okay because I poked it all the way through. And so now what I want to do is I want to make sure that I do not get my needle through that other piece of thread. Because if you do, you will have trouble tying it and getting it tight. And then I just come up on the opposite side of that long little one hanging down. And then once I get it in there, I just like to pull it tight. And then I just tie a double knot. And I'm probably going to leave the tails on this for right now because I don't know if I'm going to cut it or if I'm going to add some charms or something to it. So there's that. Look how cute this is looking. Now let's go ahead and do this one thing here. Let me find my other little hole puncher. Well, we'll do it with the crocodile. Okay, so what we're going to do, and this is just how I do it. I go ahead and I poke my hole in this, and this is just some of the cardstock that I've doubled over on itself and glued it, and that's just to give it some stability. And then I'm going to try and line that hole up right there as best as I can. Oh my goodness. And then I gotta find where it went blind to, and if I can't, we'll just poke another one out. So it looks like we're just gonna poke another one out because I am not gonna waste time trying to find it. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. And then I just do it like this so that I can see a lot easier and try and get that as much in the middle as possible. Now I'm just going to cut maybe one or two more of these out because I am really going to try and get it to tie. And so I know that I will need some stability for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and just ink this up a little bit. I don't know that my eyelets that I have are going to be deep enough or big enough for it to really do too much, because I don't think they'll grab good, but you know, we'll put one on at least, just to give it a little bit of sturdiness there. And I will try to attempt to let that dry for just a second. But you guys know me. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up putting it right on through there with it wet. Let's do it. Alright, so since I already have the hole poked in that top one, it's a lot easier to poke it, because all I had to do was just line the hole up. And so let's see, where do we want to put the hole at on here? You want to try and get it about middle ways. So let's see what we can do. And I'm just eyeballing it. If it's not exactly middle, it doesn't really matter. It's, you know, it's a junk journal type thing. And just like that, oh, there it is. And so see, this is what I don't know that it could handle much more thickness, because these are some really small eyelets that I'm using. I do have bigger ones, but just to be quite honest with you, I don't feel like getting them. I mean, I'm just being completely honest with you guys. All right, so now I'm just gonna put that eyelet in place. And there we go. All right, so as you can see, if this ribbon was thinner, what we would be able to do is take this ribbon here and just kind of wrap it around, and we can still wrap it. It just doesn't lay right because of the type of ribbon that it is. So I'm not sure. I'll figure something else out on as far as the closure. But I think we're going to call this done for the night, or at least until my other products come in. But as you can see, we have this adorable little journal. It will be tied some way. It will be fastened. Let me go ahead and cut these off because that way you can see the... I'm going to cut these things off here. And try not to cut my journal. I have been known to do that. Okay, I'm just going to cut those off there, and I'm just going to cut these a little shorter just so they're not like hanging out whenever I'm trying to show you what the journal looks like. Okay, so what we have is we have, of course, it'll be closed in some way. I'll figure out how I'm going to do that since I used the wrong ribbon. Then when you open it, of course, we'll have like a little card or something stuck in here. Let me just see if I have something I can just stick in there. Yep, so we'll have, you know, have a little card in there. Then we open it. Well, I had it closed wrong. Look at that. Guys, it's been one of them, I'm telling you guys. I mean, I guess you could close it either way, but this was the way I had originally intended for it to close, so that's what we're going to go with. I'm just trying to see if there's something else I can just stick down in here just to kind of give you guys an idea of all the different pockets and stuff that we have. So we've got there. Oh yeah, we were going to put one on here, weren't we? Let's go ahead and do that. I think I need the distraction for a moment. So I'm just using a piece of that material or fabric, or God help me, paper that we've already used. I am going to round the edges, the corners. And these I'm just going to do slightly up here at the top. And then I'm going to get my bigger punch. And I'm just going to punch like, try to anyway. And then I do want to ink it up. It's just good to do, you know, something like this. And like I said on several of my videos, to me, crafting is very therapeutic. So that's why I figured, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and go with it. We're going to put the pockets on. I am not going to do all of the embellishments because I have got some really cute stuff ordered. And I really do want to use that on this journal. And so I am just placing that little pocket down. So once my other stuff gets here, I will like really put some stuff up there, embellish it real good. So we've got this the way we want it pretty much. This is okay. Then we open it here. And let's see, what do we want to put there? We'll be putting stuff in this way. So what about if we just try, I really want to just use my scraps that I have so that I don't waste anything. I do have this right here from where I cut the covers. So I could actually do, let's do this. Let's do this one. And I just realized that that is music paper, and I really hope I've got it going the right way inside the signature, because I didn't even pay attention to that. I did not even realize that it had music on it until just then. So if it's not going the right way, it's not something I'll stress about. How do I want to use? I think I want to use the smaller one. And I am just going to somewhere find my scissors, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off like that. And then I will probably put a little tiny pull in it, just so that, you know, they can tell what it is. Ink it up. Oops, let me round this corner. Okay, now I'm just inking it up. And then I'm just going to glue it on two sides, really, because I want it to kind of be a tuck. And then I'm just going to line it up right here. Just like that. And I should have rounded that corner too. You know what? I have to try it. I know I'm gonna make a major mess. I get it. But that would have just like really stressed me. Do not try that at home. So now that we have that, we could take and stick, I know I have a little piece of this somewhere that I could just show you. We can put like a little tag or something in there. We have this area here that we can tuck something down in. We have this little area here that we will be able to tuck something in. Let's just make a little card. We're gonna act like this is a little card or something. So I can stick this down in there. So I need to do something here. And what about if I do like a side tuck like that? And that's already cut, so we're gonna go with that. And that's the one thing, I can use the exact same materials on every single one that I make, and I can assure you that every single one will come out totally and completely different. Because and I've found a lot of it depends on my mood as to what I do. Again, using the exact same papers, using everything exactly the same, it will come out different every time. There are no two alike. And so I'm just going to glue that on. And I'm just going to glue the three sides so it'll be a nice little tuck. And I'm going to glue it right there, like on that satin ribbon, because it'll also help hold that ribbon in place. Okay, so now we have that. We can stick something in. I don't know that I want to stick anything in it right now because the glue is not dry, but you know, just give you guys an idea. Okay, so we got that. We need to stick something in here. And again, this is just, you know, for demonstration right now, because this is not what's going to stay in here. And we'll just stick one of these in here for now because it's kind of flat. I think it'll be okay. So let's make sure that I didn't forget anything this time. Okay, so we got that. Well then, come on, just flip on over. I think I got it all this time. So there you go, guys. That is our journal made from 3 envelopes and some papers here. was actually very fun to do. It really doesn't take long to do it. It's just what takes me the longest is picking my paper. That's honestly the longest and hardest part of it for me. But they're very fun to do, and they will make great little gifts. Rather than just giving somebody like a plain card or something, you can give them something like this, and it doesn't have to be Christmas themed. You can do this in all sorts of different themes, and I'm telling you that whoever you gift this to will absolutely love it. Now that I'm sitting here looking at this, if I had not wanted to go with this, I could have just had this where it tied, or I could have even, and I might do that on the next one, is since like I had this one coming out on this side, I could have just had it go all the way around and tied. So that's just some different ideas for you on what to do, on how to get yours to close, because I mean, if you use sari silk, this is perfectly fine, but I didn't use sari silk, so it's not perfectly fine. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for the night. I am going to try and go and relax and settle down after all of that excitement, but thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, 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 really want to tell you guys all that I appreciate your support so much. The support of my YouTube channel, the support of my Etsy store. You guys have truly, and I mean this from the very bottom of my heart, you guys have been life-changing for me. And like I said, one day I will go into my story. I just, I still cannot do that yet. But once you hear my story, you will understand why I am so thankful and still so blown away. And I was so close to being done with the video, and the phone rings. It was the young girl that hit me needing more information, so it's okay. But anyway, I'm done, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you've done for me, everything you continue to do for me, even just watching the comments, the likes. I can be having a bad day, and I get on there and I read your comments, and I'm like, are they really talking about me? So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I hope you guys try and make one of these. You will really enjoy it. And if you do, make sure that you show me, tag me, post it in the group. I have a Facebook group that we're trying to get going really good. So just, you know, get in there, show us what you make. I shall talk to you guys later. Bye.